All right. So I've never really publicly shared this in the YouTube sense, but I, at one point in my life, was really into poetry. It's raining right now, so you may hear the rain in the background. So one of the things that I used to do when I was in high school, like my last year of high school, um, I discovered that I could actually write poetry. And what that means is, I wrote a poem. Or this is what happened. I wrote a poem in my English literature book, um, and I gave it to my English literature teacher. And she took my book for like, I think it was like a week plus. Like took it all over the place, wanted to like show it off and everything, and that kind of gave me enough motivation to kind of dive really deep into this. And when I say I was deep into poetry, I created Facebook groups. I had a Facebook page. I was so into poetry. I was creating a community around this, and this was this was like early. So this was um 2013, 2012, even earlier than maybe 2011. Yeah, around that time. I don't want to share that one of those poems with you now. So yeah, I never really like done a public reading of one of my poems, but here it goes. All right. So this was unfathomable. I can't even talk. So just give me a moment. All right. This was unfathomable discontent by Javon. All right. Ah, sigh of relief. No longer can I shall I listen to your nagging discreets, for the death clause in our marriage arrangements has been evoked. Sweet freedom! I should be happy, right? Then why do I feel this disillusionment in my soul case? Okay. No longer can I kiss your sweet, soft lips. Memories of a simpler time haunt me. A vivid image of the day we met. A tear flows from my eye as these memories are bombarded by ones of our little squabbles and our huge fights. Maybe if I hadn't been so eager to fan the flame, I would still be alive. So yeah, I was yeah I did a lot of different kinds of poems. I think last time I actually wrote that official poem, well, I think it was maybe late 2020. If you want me to share that one, just let me know down below. There was even I was like even like considering like doing a compilation of poems because um I had a couple that I had written out, but also my sister was also like writing poems a bit later when she started getting into that also. So I wanted like like compilation of family compilation of poems and stuff. But like other stuff that I've written since that, I've shared um like I have like book like stuff on Wattpad now that I do now. I have stuff on Amazon too. All right, so like this. If you have ever read a manga, you will know or like have interacted with that online comment section of somebody that's like had read something that you're reading now, you will know this kind of feeling. So you've ever had somebody like tell you that you shouldn't read beyond a certain point because maybe the story gets bad, or maybe they found that there is something that they don't like about the story and they don't want you to enjoy it because by their standards the story goes to hell after maybe chapter 25, or in this case it says don't read beyond chapter 99. So that kind of annoyed me to the point where it actually gave me an idea to create this. So let's just read the synopsis briefly here. All right, give me a second. So this is don't read beyond chapter 99. So Ray is just another anonymous lurker in the comment section of manga sites until one night he is thrust into a terrifying role he never asked for. Warning readers to stop at chapter 99 of one of the popular series Flesh and Shadow. A cryptic message warns that unless he can convince enough readers to heed his advice, he will be punished by an otherworldly force tied to the story itself, with a countdown ticking and a chilling creature hunting him. Ray must navigate the twisted game of survival, using fear and manipulation to stop the flood of readers unaware of the horrific fate awaiting them. But as time runs out, Ray discovers the horrifying truth, that in this story he isn't the only one in danger. So yeah, stuff like this. You also have the last human. That's pretty much this one is like, all right. So you know how now with AI and everything, they're like bots that are commenting in comment section and stuff. What if we took that a step further? What if there was only one human left on the internet? What if you were that last person? Let's say the person that you've been, let's say, interacting with online for like years. You suddenly notice that there's like a pattern in the way that they typically speak or typically interact with you. What if one day you were to ask them if they were a bot and they paused for a bit and then said yes? Yeah, so that's where this one came from. That's the last human. This one is from wrestling. So, all right. So there's this thing in wrestling called a jobber. A person in wrestling called a jobber. It's somebody that pretty much they're never gonna win the fight, but they help to as enhancement talent to put over who hopefully will become good or uh, revered talents in a sense of top stars, right? So this one goes into looking at those superstars, those untold stories of wrestling jobbers who are in and of themselves are actually heroes because they help to enhance these guys who go on to main event huge shows and become fan favorites. Typically, jobbers don't even get like in wrestling you'd have like merch and stuff. Jobbers don't typically even have that. But I wanted to like do a story in that space. So there's only like one chapter up to now, but all right. So it follows the untold story of wrestling jobbers, the unsung heroes who make stars look great by taking falls. Some are content with their roles, while others dream of breaking through. So, a lot of who become big stars typically start out like as jobbers in a sense. Like guys like Undertaker had to like take falls for who were top stars of the day. So it's not of, let's say, that like cut and dry in between. It's kind of a gray area. Some do happen to make it over to the like main event space, but it's not like you're gonna have many of them who do. And some of these guys are guys that truly love the business, want a chance to become something greater, and some of them the dream just never materialized in the way that they wanted it to. So I don't know, I'm sharing these because we kind of passed the main point here, but I'm still kind of giving you an idea of how my mind kind of works now. If you were to go on Amazon, look at what I put on Amazon. It's more all right, on Amazon. All right, let me see if I can. All right, hold on, give me a second. All right, so on Amazon, I have stuff like the Jamaican Alphabet book. I have This Story is Incomplete. So, one of the things about me, I have a lot of ideas, but I never really complete them. So, it gave me an idea, enough that idea that what if I was to create a book um, that had, let's say, a lot of those stories that I had created but I never really like finished, and put them into a book that the reader could finish themselves. So that's where this one came from. So the idea is some of my favorite stories, but I never really finished them, and I took those and created a book. So you now, as the reader, can go in and create whatever story you want, story ending that you want. Hopefully, you're better at finishing stuff than me, but so that's the idea behind that. So there's like several different short stories in it, and then you get to decide after reading like how the story starts out, how I kind of frame it, and you get to decide if you want it to just be a long story that cascades from there, or you want to kind of put a complete twist in how everything kind of evolves from there. But yeah, so that's this book is incomplete. There's also another one. If I can, right, let me click on my name, see if it shows up. Yeah, so there's also the little yellow book of Jamaican juices. So another one. This was, I think this was the first one actually uploaded back in, well, no, the second one. So it was the Jamaican alphabet book. This one is pretty much how the Jamaican alphabet is structured, how the rules are, stuff like that. The little yellow book of forgotten Jamaican juices. So one day I came to the realization that my family has a lot of juices that they create, so it kind of gave me the idea of why not kind of put those into a compilation of juices that are typically forgotten until you have like certain times of the year, or maybe the younger generation of Jamaicans probably doesn't even know that a lot of these combinations exist. So if we were to click on this here, um all right, let me see if it shows, if it opens up. All right, let me look at read sample. um so not saying it's the best book ever, but it's pretty much, yeah. So it gives you like different juices. So like you have like OT apple, you have cucumber, star apple, star fruit, guinea, lychee, lime, tangerine, mandarin, pomegranate. Yeah, all right, so beyond the juices, you have like the punches. So with this, it's not only the juices, but there's actually also ways to like mix them. So let's say you want to mix the mango, you have like three variations included of how you could mix that with other juices. You have three ways in the book. There are two ways to you could mix the cucumber juice. Not like say it's limited to those, but I kind of give like examples of how to mix them and have good juice, good juice. So beyond the juices, you have like punches too. So you have one that's called Dragon Punch in Jamaica. You have Peanut Punch. You have Peanut Butter Punch, which is one my auntie also gave me. How you can make peanut. It's a peanut drink from peanut butter. Peanut punch from peanut butter. You have pumpkin punch, you have breadfruit punch, you have Guinness punch, you have Guinness punch. Yeah, so yeah, and then like it kind of, I made it in kind of like an old schoolish kind of way too. So yeah, um, if you want to get that, you can go ahead. It does help out the channel a bit too. But yeah, that's the video. I'm done yapping now. I've done a lot of creations, so um, yeah. I may next time do a video showing some of the wrestling merch ideas and some other like failed business ideas I may have. If you want to see that, just let me know. I'll put that in another video. All right. All right.